Welcome to our commercial advertising photography class. I'm glad you've joined us. In this class, we will learn about the photographic characteristics and techniques of stainless steel and electroplated products. These metal products are highly reflective, and their unique mirror-like reflections often requires avoiding the use of direct and hard lighting. Electroplated products are usually valuable decorations or high-end daily items, and their surface smoothness results in a mirror-like property. This property is influenced by the lighting setup and the surrounding environment. So when dealing with stainless steel and electroplated products, we need to carefully observe the subtle changes of the product under different lighting. Let's start by looking at the sample image. For this session, it features a pair of pure copper angle valves with a very smooth and high-gloss texture. The left side of the image is lit with a softbox and tracing paper. Speaking of tracing paper, as one of the auxiliary tools we mentioned before, it differs from regular paper. Tracing paper can not only soften the environment lighting, but also has a sturdy and flexible texture. Moreover, when it gets wet, it won't easily wrinkle like ordinary paper. This kind of paper is very useful when shooting products with high smoothness. When used in combination with lighting, it effectively softens the lighting, and compared to using a softbox alone, it creates a more even softening effect. On the right side, there is another softbox, illuminating the back half of the product, creating a smooth and gradually changing effect, which can be achieved with tracing paper. For this image, a standard reflector was used, with a small honeycomb grid, to concentrate the light. This setup also affects the black organic glass, producing a beautiful gradient halo on it. For now, we have finished the analysis of our sample image. Let's take a closer look at how the lighting setup is arranged in this image. On the left side, there is a front side light that illuminates the left part of the frame. To test the positions of these lights, we will use the smartphone flash method mentioned earlier. Since we have video lighting available on site, we will use a more powerful LED light to analyze these light sources. Now let's find the positions of these three lights. On the left side, the mid-position light creates an evenly distributed lighting from the front. On the right side, there is a mid-position side light to illuminate the partial product on the right half. The process of finding these light sources is essentially about reflecting the light onto the product. This is one of the significant characteristics of electroplated products, as they reflect the environment and lighting to create their own stunning lighting effects. The rear light is positioned at the back, creating a backlighting to show the contour of the product's back half. It is at a high light position to not only illuminate the product, but also to create a gradient halo on the black organic glass. After finding the approximate positions of the light sources, we can set up the accessories at their locations for shooting. Now that we have discussed the lighting setup, let's analyze the shooting angle of this image. From the perspective of the photography axis, the camera is positioned at around 60 degrees, a slightly top-down angle. The entire scene, from the front angle valve to the back angle valve, is in focus. So we can use an aperture of f/16, a shutter speed of a 125th seconds, and an ISO of 100. For the focal length, we chose a 100mm lens, as it excels in capturing the product's texture. We choose an appropriate composition range. As for the auxiliary tool, we use a black organic glass board as a background to create a reflection and the gradient halo. Before that, I have used blue tack, a putty-like adhesive, to secure the angle valve in place, preventing it from moving. Since they are cylindrical products and we want to emphasize their angles, we use blue tack to hold them firmly in position. As they have high-gloss surfaces, we should wear pure cotton gloves during the shooting to ensure clean appearance and convey the sense of purity in the image. Additionally, we need a black velvet fabric. How do we use it? We place it in front of us. Since we mentioned that this type of product is completely reflective, it reflects the surrounding environment and lighting, including the photographer. To avoid being reflected, we can use the black velvet fabric, which we will use later. After setting up the lighting positions, let's start by taking photos of the first light to see its effect. We'll begin with the light on the left side. This light is at the front left area of the product, creating an even and gentle illumination on the front half. Thanks to the butter paper, we can ensure a smooth transition. Now we'll turn off the first light and turn on the light on the right side to see its effect. Alright, let's see the result of the right side lighting. It is mainly used to provide side lighting for the back angle valve and create a gradient in the front area of the angle valve. This is the main function of the right light. Now let's combine the two lights and see the overall effect on the subjects. We'll turn on the light on the left side again. With both lights working together, the left light and right one complement each other to create a smoother transition of lighting and showcase the high gloss of electroplated products. Finally, let's take a look at the last light, which enhances contours and creates the gradient halo effect. Alright, we will turn off the first two lights and observe the effect of the third light. Now we can see a gradient halo in the image, which creates an atmospheric background while providing local brightness to the products. Now let's turn on all three lights to observe the final effect. Alright, with all three lights on, the product now has the desired brightness in various areas, and it has achieved the expected effect to show the product's functionality. We sprinkled some water droplets around them to enhance the sense of cleanness. We will drop some water onto the product to see how it looks. Since the black organic board has been wiped clean at the beginning, it gives the water droplets some tension on the surface and allows the water droplets to form distinct shapes. Let's spray some fine water droplets as well. Now, with water droplets, let's take another shot to see how it looks. Okay, we have captured the effect of the water droplets. To make the image cleaner, the black velvet fabric I mentioned earlier is our final step. I prepared the black velvet fabric in advance with a lens hole cut out. During the shooting, we can place the fabric in front of the camera and the lens hole allows the area in front of the frame to be captured cleanly. Now, let's take another shot. With the black velvet fabric in place, we can cover some fine details, making the image look cleaner. This demonstrates the important role of black velvet fabric in electroplated product photography. Let's zoom in to see the changes of details. Let's compare the photos with and without the black velvet fabric. On the left side, we see the image without the fabric, and on the right side, with the fabric. At first glance, there may not be significant differences, but when we zoom into 100%, we can notice the subtle changes. When shooting electroplated products, such changes are often very subtle. We zoom in to see the same part of the product in those two images. In the left image without the black velvet fabric, the photographer's hand is reflected in the image, showcasing the strong ability of electroplated products to reflect their surroundings. Therefore, when shooting products with a particularly high gloss, it is essential to use a pure black background to better showcase the smooth and clean appearance. This is something we should keep in mind when shooting high-gloss products like electroplated ones. In this course, we focused on the photography of electroplated products and learned about their reflective properties and shooting techniques. We provide practice sample images in the course materials. Hope you'll take the time to practice and interact with me actively through comments.